Continuing on our tour of gardening in northeastern Oklahoma, we've come to Bragg's, and we're at the home of Ted and Susie Lawrence. Hello, Susie.
Hi, Steve.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
I'm just really interested in seeing your landscape around your home here, and the thing I noticed first is your pathway leading from your drive up to your front door. You've got some brick there and some raised beds made out of cross ties, and I think you guys have done a great job here. How long have you lived here?
We've lived out here about 13 years.
About 13 years. So you've planted plenty of trees and put in lots of beds around the home?
Yes, there wasn't anything here. It was a farmed out cotton field, and we just put the house right up in the middle of it.
Okay, gave you a great blank slate to start with.
Exactly.
Okay, well, I really like the way you've got these beds separated. You've got a higher raised bed up against the home, then the pathway, and then this lower raised bed out here between it and the lawn. Well, this is an interesting perennial. We had this in our tea garden last year. Can you tell us the name of that one, Susie?
This is lemon monarda, or bee balm.
Okay. I think we can see why it's called bee balm. All those little bees buzzing around there, getting that nectar and helping to pollinate the plant. I'm impressed that this plant is this tall and it's so sturdy. It hasn't blown over.
Yeah. Well, some of the other ones did blow over.
Okay. Well, that's a great one. That one's doing very well. And the balloon flowers are especially showy right now. I absolutely love those. You can see how they get the name balloon flower while they're in bud there. And then when they open up, they're truly spectacular. And you've got another one of these on the other side of your house?
Yes, I have a pink one and a white one in the back.
Okay, wow, pink and white.
And these were all
flowers.
started from seed.
Oh, that you started?
Yeah.
Oh, good job. Got some great perennials there. And you've got a little allium here. That's certainly showy. Got some nice small stems, little purple heads there. And I see you have several daylilies, and you got some daisies and crepe myrtles. And on the north side of your house, you have a really nice hydrangea.
Yeah, that's Annabelle. It's really blooming good for the first year it's been in the ground. The rain kind of knocked it all over the other day. The heads are so big, it just pulled it right to the ground. They've come back up a little bit.
That's amazing that those were just planted a year ago.
Yeah.
I love those huge umbels. And around back on your back porch, you've got some wisteria. That's been there a while.
Yeah, that's been there about 10 years. It's really aggressive. You know, we have to keep it trimmed, and if we didn't keep it trimmed, it would grow over the house and out to the road. So we have to trim it 2 or 3 times a year.
But you think it's worth it for those flowers in the springtime?
Oh, yeah.
The shade it provides?
Yeah, it's really kind of a lot of maintenance. Okay. But we love it.
Okay, those big trunks are really impressive. Right out here in this island bed, I see you've got some hyacinth bean that's getting ready to climb on a little support here, and some eucalyptus.
Yes, that one is silver dollar. That's about the 2nd year that one's been in the ground, and you know, they're not supposed to be hardy in Oklahoma, but I keep the ground mulched around them pretty heavy, and I'll cut them back in the winter time, and they'll come back out. And then I have some larger plants out in my cutting garden that have been there about 6 or 7 years, and they're really large plants. They'll get 10 to 15 feet in the summertime.
Okay, some eucalyptus that has overwintered for 7 years. Let's go take a look at it.
Okay.
Well, Susie, out here where this eucalyptus has been growing for 7 years, what do you call this area?
Well, this is my cut flower garden. I grow all these flowers and make bouquets and sell them at the Muskogee Farmers Market.
Okay. And you also grow a few herbs out here, I see.
Yes, I've got bronze and green fennel here. I sell little bunches of those, and I sell lots of basil. And I have some parsley this year. First time I've ever done that.
Okay.
To have parsley, and I've got dill.
All right, so some fresh herbs for cooking.
And fennel makes a great ornamental plant too in the flower bed.
I agree.
Yeah.
I love that color in the garden in the flower beds. Over here, I see you've got some dahlias, and did you start those from seed, or did you get
No, I bought the tubers for these, and this is Karma. This is a variety that's for cut flowers.
Okay, and it's a series, so you get several different colors. Okay, I see you've got some status growing here, and some rudbeckia down there.
Yeah, that's Goldilocks and Indian Summer down there.
Okay, those are great Rudbeckias. And of course the celosias or the coxcombs are always really popular in arrangements.
Yes, that's probably, next to the zinnias, that's probably my biggest seller.
Okay. Lots of different colors
Yeah.
there. The dianthus down there, you said was Amazon neon, although it looks a little different than what we've grown as Amazon neon in the past. But
I think that's a new color. That's the first year I've seen it in the catalog, was this year.
okay, I love that fading of the pink and white, that two-tone or even more toned colored flower heads. And your snapdragons still look great, even though it's getting to be pretty hot. You still have some snap flowers. Snapdragon flowers going there, and the Gompphrenas, the little globe amaranths, those are certainly attractive.
Yeah, they're pretty hard to pick, but I wouldn't do without them. They make such a difference in a bouquet.
Okay. And those are great as dried flowers as well.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the zinnias are always popular. And you said you just harvested the stems on these recently?
Yeah, I cut every Friday morning when I get ready for market, I cut every stem off. You know, I might not take them all. If they're not perfect, I just throw them down, but I strip every bloom off, and they're all grown back by the next Friday.
Okay, so just a few days later and you've already got lots of color.
Yeah.
Well, right here we've got a collection of the tools you like to use here. Can you just show us what you've got, what you like to use?
These are my favorite things. I'm not sure I could garden without them. This is a little weeder where I can get in real close. It's got that sharp point on it that I can get in and get some really hard roots to get out.
Okay, I think some people refer to this as a Cape Cod weeder.
Okay.
Hand hoe.
And then I've got a hoe. This is a scuffle hoe or a stirrup hoe.
Okay, looks like a stirrup, like you climb up onto a horse.
And you just put it in the ground and drag it along, and it just cuts the roots right off. And you can push it backwards and forwards. It's just real simple to use.
Okay, I've heard that called a hula hoe.
Yeah.
Before as well.
Yeah.
And I see a wheel plow there.
Yeah,
that's,
this one is the one that I used for years. It's one of the old-timey plows. But as you know, that big old wheel, you know, you can't guide it. It always rolls to one side or the other. You can't make it do a straight line.
Hard to get a straight row with
Yeah.
that. You've got something better.
Yeah, I do have something better.
Okay.
This is called a wheel hoe.
Okay.
And it has that little same kind of stirrup on the bottom of
A little
it.
bigger one this time.
Yeah, you can get several different sizes on that. But you know, you can, as fast as you can walk down a row, you can cut the weeds down. And most weeds grow, the seeds are within the top ½ inch or inch of the soil, and so you don't disturb the soil too much. You just walk right along and cut the roots off.
Okay, and you can go as deep as you want.
Yeah, and if you want to, you can go this way, you can pull it backwards. It's just so much easier to maneuver.
Okay. Looks like a great implement for the garden.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Susie, thank you so much for showing us around. You were telling us that you do this for the farmers market in Muskogee.
Yes, the Muskogee Farmers Market's at the Muskogee Public Library on Okmulgee in Muskogee, and we're there Wednesdays and Saturdays 8 to 1.
Okay. Hope folks will look for you. Thanks for showing us around,
Thank you,
Susie.
Steve. Glad to have you.